I have an important message for anyone who eats fruit. I need you to stop. Stop eating fruit until you understand one simple, life-changing rule. Because if you're eating fruit for breakfast or as a dessert after a meal, thinking you're doing something healthy, you might be the very reason you feel bloated, tired, and can't seem to lose that stubborn weight. The health world has made things so complicated, but what if the answer isn't some new diet, but a forgotten, fundamental truth? Today, we're going to uncover that one simple rule. It's a principle so powerful that it could completely change your relationship with food, unlock your energy, and put you on the path to effortless health. Part 1. The power of living food. The first thing we need to understand is the nature of fruit. And this comes down to two unbreakable laws. First, all fruits and fruit juices must be eaten in their natural, raw state. No cooking, heating, processing, or pasteurizing. Why? Because our living bodies require living food. And the life force in all food, plants and animals, is its enzymes. Heat destroys enzymes. It's that simple. When you cook food, you kill its life force. Cooking fruit not only eliminates its enzymatic value but actually turns it acidic and harmful to your body. Now, you might be thinking, but what about oranges, lemons, or pineapples? Aren't they acidic? That's a great question. Yes, they are acidic to the taste. But here's the magic of digestion. Once these fruits mix with your saliva and enter your stomach, they become alkaline. As long as it isn't cooked, almost every fruit has an alkalizing effect on your body, helping to neutralize the acids from foods like meat, dairy, and processed carbs. The simplest way to test the truth of a food is to see how a baby reacts to it. For a century, it's been known that if a mother can't breastfeed, fresh raw orange juice is one of the most perfect foods for an infant. The baby thrives. We're talking about juice freshly squeezed from an orange, not the pasteurized, dead juice from a carton. The lesson is clear. For your body to thrive, the food you eat must be alive. Part 2. The morning fruit protocol. How to do it right. Okay, so now that we know to eat fruit raw, how do we apply that one simple rule? It starts with your morning. The rule is to eat only fruit until noon. Here's how to do it right for maximum benefit. First, when you wake up, drink a glass of water to cleanse your digestive system. Add a squeeze of fresh lemon, and you're starting your day perfectly. Then, until noon, eat only fresh fruit or drink fresh juice. You can eat as much as you want. If one apple is enough, great. If you want a whole bowl of mixed fruit, that's great too. Listen to your body. And remember, this excludes commercially dried fruits for now. They are highly concentrated and often contain chemical preservatives. Now, the most important part of this is timing. Fruit digests incredibly fast. After juice, wait about 15 minutes before eating anything else. After whole fruit, wait 30 to 40 minutes. But, and this is critical, if you've eaten a cooked meal, you must wait at least 3 hours before eating fruit. Why? This is the core of the secret, and we'll get to it in a moment. A quick tip. Frozen fruit is fantastic for making smoothies. It's still raw and makes a delicious, ice cream-like treat that kids especially love. And when you drink juice, don't just gulp it down. Chew it. Swish each mouthful to mix it with saliva before swallowing. You might also notice some changes in your body. You may need to urinate more often. This is a good thing. It means the high water content from the fruit is actively flushing out toxins and waste from your system. Don't be alarmed. Your body is starting its cleanup process. Some people even experience an upset stomach or diarrhea when they first start. Think of it this way. If you have a floor covered in mud and you spray it with a power washer, you're going to get dirty water before it becomes clean. That's what fruit is doing to your intestines. It's a powerful cleansing food. Don't stop it with medicine. Allow your body to complete its natural healing cycle. The discomfort will pass in a few days, and you'll feel lighter and more energetic than ever. Part 3. The secret that explains everything. Food combining. So why is that 3-hour rule so important? Why can't we eat fruit for dessert? This brings us to the most misunderstood concept in nutrition: food combining. Here is the essential fact. Fruit is the only food that does not require digestion in the stomach. Its simple sugars are designed to pass through the stomach quickly and be absorbed in the intestines. The worst thing you can do is trap that fruit in the stomach behind other, slower digesting foods. When fruit is eaten after a meal of, say, chicken and potatoes, it gets stuck. The stomach is busy producing acid to break down the protein. Trapped in that warm, acidic environment, the fruit begins to ferment and putrefy. It turns acidic, causing gas, bloating, and indigestion. The fruit isn't the villain, the combination is. Let me share two quick stories. A woman went to a carnival, ate a hot dog, and then had a bowl of strawberries. She broke out in a rash. A doctor told her she was allergic to strawberries. For years, she avoided them, only eating them in strawberry pie or cake, never on an empty stomach. After learning this principle, she tried eating strawberries alone and had zero reaction. The problem wasn't the innocent strawberry, it was the processed hot dog she ate it with. Another woman loved eating melon for dessert but found it always gave her gas and indigestion all night. She thought she just couldn't handle melon. Once she started eating it on an empty stomach, all her problems disappeared. The principle is simple: eat fruit alone, or leave it alone. This brings us to the next level of food combining. Never mix a concentrated protein with a concentrated starch in the same meal. Think about it. Protein, meat, fish, eggs, dairy, requires a highly acidic environment to digest. Starch, bread, potatoes, rice, pasta, requires an alkaline environment. What happens when you mix acid and alkaline? They neutralize each other. Digestion grinds to a halt. Your body has to expend a massive amount of energy trying to sort out the mess. This energy drain is why you feel tired after a big meal, the classic food coma. It's your body's survival instinct, diverting all available energy to the monumental task of digestion. By simplifying your meals, you save an enormous amount of energy. And that saved energy is what your body will use to burn fat, heal itself, and fight off disease. Part 4. Your simple blueprint for lifelong health. So, how do we put this all together? It's not about counting calories or macros. It's about focusing on one thing: the ratio of living food to dead food. The ultimate goal is to make at least 50% of your daily intake living food. Success key number 1. Eat only fruit until noon. You've already done this. That automatically makes about 25% of your food for the day living. Success key number 2. Structure your lunch and dinner correctly. For lunch and dinner, your plate should be 50% living food and 50% cooked food. What does that look like? It means starting your meal with a large, beautiful, raw salad. Not the sad little garnish on the side of the plate, but a big bowl of fresh greens, tomatoes, cucumbers, carrots, whatever you love. Then, with your salad, you choose either a cooked protein or a cooked starch. So, lunch could be a grilled chicken breast with a big salad and some steamed asparagus. Dinner could be a baked potato with a big salad and steamed broccoli. What you don't do is have the chicken and the potato in the same meal. By not mixing concentrated proteins and starches, you make digestion effortless. What about low-carb, high-protein diets? They can cause short-term weight loss, but they are dangerous. Your body's primary fuel is carbohydrates. When you deprive it of them, it's forced into an emergency process of converting fat and protein into fuel, which consumes a massive amount of energy, leading to chronic fatigue. The most efficient, clean-burning fuel on the planet comes from fruit. And finally, what about pesticides? It's a valid concern. But studies show that less than 10% of chemical residue ingested by humans comes from fruits and vegetables. Over 90% comes from animal products. The animals on factory farms are fed a diet full of chemicals and antibiotics, which become highly concentrated in their meat and fat. A farmed salmon, for example, is fed an artificial diet that turns its flesh gray. A chemical dye is then added to make it pink. Wash your produce well, Buy organic when you can, and realize that the benefits of living foods far outweigh the risks. The world of health has been made incredibly complex. Carbohydrates, proteins, fats, fasting, blood types. It's an endless maze designed to confuse you. But the truth is simple. Your body knows exactly what to do if you just give it the right tools. You don't need to consider anything other than this: living food versus dead food. If you eat more living food than dead food, your problems with weight and disease will begin to solve themselves. The path is clear. Eat only fruit on an empty stomach, especially until noon. At lunch and dinner, pair your cooked food, either a protein or a starch, with a large raw salad. Never mix proteins and starches in the same meal. This isn't a diet you go on and off. It's a way of life that frees up your body's energy for what it's truly meant to do: heal, regenerate, and thrive. You have the power to change your health. And it can start with your very next meal.